What's crackin', little bitches? My name is Kit, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Jazz. This figure came out in 2018 as part of Wave 2 of the Deluxe assortment. It represents Jazz's appearance in the 2007 film Transformers. Jazz turns into a very, very small Pontiac Solstice sports car, and it looks simply amazing. Pretty much every surface of the vehicle mode is coated in this shiny silver paint, which just makes my heart melt. A part of me is afraid that he'll be a serious victim of paint chipping, but the other part of me is just drooling over this insane paint job. Jazz is the smallest of the Studio Series figures I have, since the line itself prioritizes scale, albeit a somewhat mushy scale in some cases. Given the size of the real-life vehicle he's based on, I can forgive his small size. Jazz's main accessory is his iconic crescent cannon, which can wedge in the back under his spoiler. The connection itself is a bit fiddly, and it looks completely out of place up there, but I'm very appreciative of weapon storage. Also, the port at its rear almost looks like a rocket booster or something. When transforming Jazz, the first thing you find out about him is how utterly compact he is. He is absolutely dense in vehicle mode. It's a total pain to get his arms untabbed from the sides, but once they're free, the transformation is simple enough. Jazz is a bit of a shell former like Lockdown, but Jazz sets himself apart by having a very fun and involved transformation. According to TF Wiki, this figure borrows some elements from the Human Alliance figure, but I can't corroborate that. I absolutely love the torso flip coupled with the grill spin. Keep in mind that his head is also somewhat difficult to pull out due to how deep it's recessed. Jazz's robot mode, much like his vehicle mode, is also absolutely stunning. He looks completely accurate to his on-screen counterpart with lithe proportions and all the right hallmarks of his character design. That is, until you get to the back. Yeah, Jazz doesn't really do anything with that large chunk of vehicle kibble. It kinda just sits there being annoying, much like my ex-wife. However, on Jazz I can kind of ignore it. Jazz's crescent cannon has more to do in this mode. Unfolding it, you could either peg it into his left hand, his right hand doesn't have the luxury of a 5mm port, opting for a more screen-accurate design, and it looks fantastic. However, you can flip either hand around to reveal a peg that allows the cannon to mount all Japanese Target Master style, which is my preferred display option. Jazz's articulation for a Studio Series figure is above average, maybe even beating out Ratchet's. He has a ball-jointed head connected to a hinged platform, very many joints in his shoulders, providing a decent range in the forward and outward directions, as well as a slight butterfly joint, double-jointed elbows with a deep bend, huge ball-jointed hips, slick thigh swivels, a passable knee, and ankle tilts. His wrists are on hinges that let them move up and down, but I count those as transformation joints. Overall, Jazz is very limber, and when coupled with his large heels, means he can assume a great number of poses. Jazz's final accessory is his own stage, titled Mission City Battle. And it's the same one as Ratchet's, featuring artwork of the third act of the first Transformers film. According to TF Wiki, these stages were meant to be displayed side by side when depicting the same scene, but the problem is that it's just the same exact artwork. Oh well, not like I actually use these to display my figures. Studio Series Jazz is both ludicrously small and a shell former. Why then do I think he's the absolute best figure out of the line so far? His alternate mode and his paint scheme are fantastic, his engineering is immense for his size, his articulation is arguably the best in the line, and his robot mode looks perfect aside from the backpack. Jazz is definitely worth looking into. Whether you want just one piece or two, Studio Series Jazz sets a high bar for the deluxe price point, even if he needs a stepping stool to reach it. This has been Kit Katastrophe, and it's time for me to transform and roll out.